Like, what is absolutely wrong with everybody? Did we all just collectively wake up in the morning and decide to be stupid? To just not use critical thinking? Because at this point in time, the amount of hype, the amount of inquiry and conversation surrounding this topic, to be honest, I would have thought this thing would have died on inception because it literally is the dumbest versus what if anything that I've seen in any of our communities, not just the Dragon Ball one. It is literally the stupidest thing that I've ever heard. And some of these arguments that I've been hearing for why the obvious wouldn't happen is just ludicrous. But today we tackle a serious topic on this channel, and diving deeper into it has really given me a lot of insight in not only the situation itself, but the logistics behind it based on the actual specific aliens that we have presented in front of us. So the hottest topic in both fandoms right now, and the reason Frieza is trending, is because people are wondering if Frieza could conquer the Viltrumites on his own. And they're not even talking about bringing in the Frieza Force. They're literally just talking about Frieza versus the Viltrumites, because if Frieza brought the Viltrumite Empire to its knees, needing the help of the Frieza Force, then we all just look stupid. And so for anybody who is answering the question, can Frieza destroy or conquer the Viltrumites, with an absolutely fucking yes, I'm giving you guys one cookie. Because you guys are absolutely right. But I think it becomes a little bit deeper than that when you're talking about not only which version of Frieza, but also what conquering the Viltrumites actually means. And that's what we're going to be discussing here, and trust me, you're not ready for this answer. But you are ready for this one. Does Frieza conquer the Viltrumites? Yes. The Viltrumites are essentially just the Saiyans of the Invincible universe. They are American Saiyans. Literally, America threw up all over the Saiyans and made the Viltrumites. The Viltrumites are the evil race of conquerors that lives in the Invincible universe. It is their version of evil Kryptonians. They are literally a race that fights itself for supremacy. Only the strongest survives, and the strongest that have survived have created an empire for themselves where they conquer many, many different worlds, strip them of their resources, and at the same time, depending on what kind of species, they get busy. And whoa, do they get busy. To the point where what Omni-Man did with this girl, I mean, it's disgusting to us, but to even the Viltrumites, they were more worried about the fact that they created Abomination, and something that was a lot weaker than any Viltrumite ought to be. Definitely a lot weaker than Invincible himself. And this is the aspect of the Viltrumites that make them completely different than the Saiyans. Because if you compare the Viltrumite Empire versus just the Saiyans, I mean, the Viltrumites are like extremely successful. The Viltrumites look more like the Frieza Force than they do the Saiyans, even though basically they are the Saiyans. Because there is no doubt in my mind any version of Frieza, I'm even talking about like First Form, Namek Saga, that version of Frieza absolutely tears through all the Viltrumites. There's no question. Frieza can destroy an entire planet with his finger. It took 3 Viltrumites to do it on their own with a planet that was basically not even stable. Not even stable enough to hold itself together. So absolutely, Frieza destroys them. And defeats all of them, really. Easily, even. I don't even think he gets out of Form 1. I don't even think there's no reason for him to go into final form. Absolutely not. There's no reason for it. So anybody who is saying that, oh, well, if all the Viltrumites and all the, attack Frieza at the same time, they may have a chance to catch him off guard. You guys are looking pretty silly right now. I'm just telling you right now, pretty silly, because that is absolutely nonsense. Complete bonkers take. You guys are absolutely silly gooses, because there's no way that would ever happen. But would Frieza be able to conquer them the same way that he did the Saiyans, essentially? I think that he could conquer them, but they would have a better standing in the Frieza Force than the Saiyans ever have. When the Saiyans were found by the Frieza Force, they were backwater savages, very primal, barely any technology. They were given a lot of their technology by Frieza and the Frieza Force. The Viltrumite Empire is an actually working empire with high ends of technology, spacecraft that can travel across the universe, healing chambers, all sorts of things. They've taken so much from other species as well that their technology has skyrocketed. They are honestly a race that advancement-wise would be one of the most advanced races that Frieza would encounter. And being as strong as they are, and he would easily control them because they are like less than 100 on a good day. On their best day, there were less than 100 of them. Frieza controlled Saiyans who probably were in the hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions. We don't know the population of planet Vegeta at all. And he controlled that entire planet. And the Saiyans, he put them to work. So he could do that with the Viltrumites 100%, with how little there are of them. Definitely, 100%. But I think they would have a much different role. They are strong, but they're definitely not even as strong as, say, again, this guy right here. They are more probably, in my opinion, I don't know. Like, I hesitate to say this, but yeah, like around there. Like, I think that they are like, I feel like all of them against the Doria would be a pretty good fight, but they aren't very strong compared to what Frieza has come up against. Meaning that they would probably have more of an administrative role, I would say, and technology-wise, they would probably be like really good scientists and stuff in the Frieza Force. That's kind of their role. I don't think they'd have planet-conquering roles like the Saiyans do. But anyway, guys, that is my take on this very silly question, and I don't have an outro recorded for you guys, so just stare deeply into Goku's eyes.
Subscribe for more content.